joining us to discuss this is Srikanth Kondapalli from New Delhi. He's a professor of Chinese studies at Jawaharlal Nehru University. Prof, good to have you on the program. These protests that we're seeing in China, how significant are they in the context of the COVID-19 restrictions and the possible implications of that?
Well, due to the lockdown in different parts of China, the Apple company contracted Foxconn had given directions for shutting down production in the last 9 months because of the COVID lockdowns. And that resulted in basically two things. One is they were paying only the basic salary, but not the retention benefits of being in the factory. And the current crisis is because of the stopping of the retention benefits. And this has happened in the recent times, although there is also a structural problem here because COVID has resulted in the shutting down of the factories in general and decrease in the economic growth rates. Chinese official estimates for this year is 3.6%. while the World Bank suggested to 2.4% growth rate. And a Chinese Academy of Social Sciences did a survey which said for every 1% decline in growth rate, there are 8 million unemployed in China. And according to a Hong Kong economist, there are already 80 million unemployed and 18% unemployment rate in China today. Even though there are 10 million graduates produced every year by the Chinese universities. So this is a structural problem for China as well.
Do you think, though, that the government could possibly ease restrictions based on what we're seeing and to counter the possible economic effects that this could impact on the country?
Yes, indeed. About a couple of weeks ago, the government had come out with a new Plan B for an alternative to the dynamic zero COVID policy, which was passed in October last month. However, there has been a relaxation in the COVID-related, quarantine procedures and lockdown conditions and so on. However, with the relative relaxation in these COVID protocols, there has been a spike in cases to almost 28,000 infections a day in the recent times. And so that resulted in, again, lockdown conditions in different parts of the country. It is said that 17 cities are facing this kind of a situation. And so there is also the partial lockdown of many areas in Beijing and other major cities in China. So this is a reevaluation that was done, but it was not really helping them in resolving the Omicron variants and others.
Professor Kondapalli, thanks so much for putting that all into context for us live there from New Delhi.